Okay, guys, Giles Thomas here for musculardevelopment.com on the Wednesday with 212, well, becoming a legend, Shaun Clarida. Shaun, good to see you, mate.
Thanks for having me, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah. Well, we only spoke, what, was it 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah. 2 weeks ago on the Global Muscle Radio.
Yeah, we were filming each other as we walked in, so it was a bit of a Mexican standoff with our phones. So, Shaun, we're actually at your apartment now, so you're not staying at the Orleans this year?
No, I usually stay away from the main hotel just because I like the full kitchen. I like the atmosphere, have like almost like being at home. Yeah. Have a full kitchen, living room, washer, dryer, everything I need. Everything I use at home, I have it here, so I feel real comfortable.
Yeah. So, should we go briefly over your Olympia history because we're, 2 days out? 2 days out for the Olympia. Let's go through your Olympia history. Tell me about the contest placings you've had in the Olympia.
Yeah, so my first Olympia was in 2015. I didn't place at all. But again, I was brand new to the Olympia stage. I was only 154 pounds. So I was glad to be there, obviously. Yeah. Came back to next year, I was 13th it was. Then I came back to next year, I was 9th. Last year, unfortunately, fell short to 7th, just outside the top 5. But this year, we're going to pull a Ronnie Coleman this year and go right from 7th to 1st.
Oh, Ronnie Coleman from 90. He was 9th in 90.
But I'm saying Ronnie Coleman because he leaped over everybody at that first call out. So
that's true. Yeah. So this is a very exciting year. We've got no champion in the no reigning champion. We've got no Flex Lewis, so it's wide open. How do you feel?
Like I told you, when Flex made that announcement, my confidence just skyrocketed. I felt like, when you have a champ like Flex Lewis on top, you just can't beat that person. And many have tried, and we all have failed. When he retired, the door was wide open for a new champion, and I definitely felt that I could be the next 212 Olympia champion.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think most people don't realize is that, a lot of these guys, they're a lot of the top guys, they're really struggling to make it down into the 212. Like last year, we saw Derek Lunsford. He kind of flattened out from where he was having to cut weight. And sometimes the guys don't necessarily look their best. But this is a problem you don't have, is it?
No, again, like you said, these guys have to suck down and make the weight, and they don't have enough time to actually fill back out. This year, they actually have a lot shorter time to fill back out, whereas I'm just coasting into the show, eating into the show, fully relaxed, no stress of having to make the weight class whatsoever. So I think that's going to play, a huge, benefit on my part.
Yeah. So what are you weighing now then? Because was it last year you were 167? Is that right?
Last year on stage at Olympia, I was 160. This year,
160.
160. Yeah, 160 pounds on stage.
Sorry, what you were lighter than you were the year before, if I remember, because we spoke outside the Orleans last year. Because you found out you're 7th because you looked on your phone when we were outside.
Yeah. Conditioning was I was definitely a lot lighter last year. So 160 pounds last year. This year will be no less than 171, 172 pounds.
Wow. So fully dried out, fully.
I'll be in my absolute best condition ever.
It's like I said this on Global Muscle Radio. I said it's 10 pounds. If it is a solid 10 pounds, by the time you step on stage, that in itself is impressive. But on a frame your size, that is. I remember when Lee Labrada from 1990 to 91, he put on 4 pounds of muscle tissue, and he was a couple of inches taller than you, and his whole physique completely transformed. So you with your muscle bellies and your small joints, that's going to look insane.
Yeah, the biggest thing is talking to judges. My conditioning was there, the structure, the shape, all that was there. It's just a matter of size. So this year we really put the focus on getting bigger, but obviously keeping it clean all year round. Working with both Matt Jansen and John Meadows. John obviously handles all my training programs, and Matt does all my nutrition. We put together a solid game plan. I got up to my heaviest ever, which was 190. I know it sounds bad. 190, and then we obviously right now we're around 175, 174. Yeah. By the time we dry out, get in shape, really, really hard, we'll hit the stage this weekend, 170, 171 pounds.
I think there's a lot to be said for your constant progression by what I see in your Instagram from your training. You say John Meadows takes care of your training. Your training is very much centered around, I sometimes see you doing machines, but a lot of it is heavy. It just reminds me of just like the way Ronnie Coleman used to train.
That's how I've always trained. That's the only thing I knew. When I grew up I came up into the sport, this was 15 years ago, guys were telling me, go pick up a barbell, a dumbbell, row it, push it as many times as you can, as heavy as you possibly can. And that's all I've known. That's how my body responds. Personally, cutting my weight in half or doing more machines doesn't work for me. I need to stimulate the muscle. And people don't realize this. When you're training that heavy, that builds that hard, dense, grainy look. So all you guys are trying to build that hard.
Are you listening?
Look at Dorian Yates. Look at it.
I was just about to say Dorian Yates. I was just about to say Ronnie Coleman, and you just said it.
Yeah, Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman. These guys were freaks, and they because of their training.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing. That's what's been working for me.
Now, obviously, you've been you're heavier this year. Have you actually got stronger this year in your training?
Absolutely. I mean, I try to get stronger every year. I feel like with the more food I was bringing in, the heavier the poundages in the gym were getting better. So I was squatting 515 for reps. I can leg press over 1,300 pounds. I think I'm a pretty strong guy.
So hang on a minute. Just to put some perspective, you're squatting nearly triple your body weight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Hector, what's triple your body weight? What would you be squatting? 700. Yeah, you'd be squatting that's equivalent of like Hector here squatting 700 pounds, or that's just insane, isn't it?
I think pound for pound, I think I'm probably one of the strongest guys. Like Akeem's really strong with his training as well. I think, like I said, pound for pound, I think I'm one of the strongest guys.
Do you think we need to get the Olympia's strongest bodybuilder back, maybe?
I would love to be in it.
The thing is, you can't be doing both classes.
I'll try to figure it out how to get them both, but that'd be awesome.
Rub the oil off, go put your wraps on, and go lift some heavy shit.
I'll squat all day long. Yeah.
So, I mean, this year, man, it's a big year for you. It's I think, do you feel like there's pressure on you because you have moved up? You've done a Ronnie Coleman. He started from the back of the pack in '92. He didn't place in his first Olympia, and every single year he moved up over a period of, well, from 92 to like 90, so over 6 years. You know, you followed that same sort of pattern. Do you feel that there's pressure on you to really move up now?
There's no pressure on me because there's not many people talking about me. You know, many predictions I've seen, they don't even have me in the top 6. So, which is good for me because I'm flying under the radar. This year, I didn't post any progress pictures. I posted only videos, but you see me, I'm in a 3X t-shirt. I didn't talk much this year. I didn't focus on what anyone else was doing either. I just kind of wanted to focus on myself, and that's kind of what worked best for me. Again, no pressure whatsoever. I know what I'm bringing. I know what I'm capable of. And people don't see me as being, realistic, think I could win the show. I've won 4 pro shows at 160 pounds. One being the New York Pro. Why couldn't I win the Olympia?
Guys, he's just shown me, obviously I can't tell you, well, I can tell you. He's just shown me some pictures, and to be honest, they've pretty much blown my mind. It does actually, I'll be honest, I do roll my eyes a bit when people say, oh, I'm 10 pounds heavier now. Yeah, of course you're 10 pounds heavier. But he does, no, I'm serious, don't laugh, Hector. He seriously does look at 10 pounds heavier, and it's proper quality muscle.
You've seen it. The pictures don't lie, right? But you'll see a better package come Friday once we fill out. I mean, that's what I just showed you is the depleted look. Very low carb, just tired, beat up. Come Friday, we'll be filled out, oiled up, tanned up, ready to go. I think it's going to be one of my best packages for sure.
I mean, I was thinking, the first picture you showed me, I was like, well, his shoulders are bigger, right, legs are bigger, still detailed, the conditions all there. You showed me when you were completely depleted. The back, I think that's where you're going to see the biggest changes because your chest and back now have really volumized.
Well, honestly, those are the 2 areas we focused on. Looking at pictures last year, so what I was doing was I was training my back and chest twice a week.
Oh, wow.
This past year. So, yeah, that's what, again, talking to John, looking at pictures, listening to what the judge's feedback was. Hey, you need to bring your chest up, you need to bring your back up. So we hammered back, we hammered chest twice a week, and they've really come up. And a lot of the shots that I hit last year, I couldn't hit them properly because my chest looked too small. This year we're hitting them, and we're much more confident in those shots. So you're going to see, I'm going to very much display my strong points this year.
Yeah, so he's obviously your coach. You've got Matt Jansen and John Millers. Are they both happy with your progress?
Absolutely. John and Matt are both ecstatic. They're excited for me. Again, I think they're 2 of the best coaches in the industry. I can't thank them enough for having me a part of their team and bringing me to this level.
And actually, going back to you saying people didn't have you in the top 5, we had some Olympia special episodes of Globe Muscle. I think it was 34 and 35, yeah. And I think it was, correct me guys if I'm wrong, if you've seen it, I think it was Dennis James and who was the other one was it Bob Chick who had you in top 3?
I believe I saw the Dennis James. I don't think Bob had me anything. I think Dennis James had me top 2, top 3.
Yeah. Sure. I think top 3 is a definite possibility. I know you want to win it, but I think top 3 is a definite. I can see it. You know,
I'm a realist at the same time. Of course, we all train to win. What would I be happy with? I'll be ecstatic with top 3 finish. Again, going from 7th last year to now being top 3 in the world at 170 pounds, I'll be ecstatic.
Do you know what I love about you? You've always got that drive. Like you said that, like some of the guys, they'll shut it down after the last year's Olympia or whatever. And you said as soon as you heard that Flex Lewis retired from 212, that was when your game plan. That's when you got moving, and that's why I think you've managed to put on so much muscle tissue.
I was fueled. That was
So when was this?
literally when he made the announcement on stage. I was sitting in the audience. I was sitting there. I'm like, when I found out he was really gonna be done, I was like, the door's open next year. And we literally, my girlfriend and I got back home that Monday or Tuesday. We got right back to work. We didn't take time off. We didn't go on vacation. We didn't do anything. That goal was set. I got home, talked to my coaches. We put together a good off-season plan, and we went from start to finish. Didn't miss a meal, didn't miss a training session, cardio session, whatever needed to be done to bring a better package this year.
Some bodybuilders say, I only concentrate on myself and I'm looking to just win. And if that means beating, obviously you beat people. But sometimes bodybuilders will actually specifically look for guys to beat. I remember speaking to Nathan Diasha, and he says, my next goal is I want to beat Dexter because I've never beat him. And that to me is a step forward. Do you ever have, like when you're training and you're prepping for these shows, or like even 6 months out, do you think, this is a guy I really need to step over to move up?
Absolutely not. I can't.
Oh, really?
I can't focus my energy on anybody else. Really? Focusing my energy on the next man takes away from myself. Okay. I don't have time for that. I need to focus on myself. That's it. I can't worry about what that guy's doing, what he looks like. I have to focus on myself directly, and that's it. Yeah.
I interviewed Ronnie Coleman on Thursday, and I pretty much asked him the same question in another show I do, Nothing But a Podcast. And he was saying, he says, I never ever focused. He says, to me, it was all about incremental progress, and it was all about moving forward. And then if I knew I did my work, put the work in, and I made the progress, then I knew I would actually end up stepping over those guys in it anyway.
Absolutely. Again, ninth to first. Clear as day. Me and Ronnie share obviously the same mindset. Heavy training and just focusing on ourselves and getting and showing up every year better and better and improved and moving up.
I've always actually said you're a bit of a hybrid of like a, I don't want to use the word mini because you're not mini, you're massive, but like, you know, between like Ronnie Coleman and Flex Wheeler, I see elements of your physiques in both those bodybuilders.
I think training wise, Ronnie and I fit that mold together very well. But like as far as muscle bellies and the joints, Flex Wheeler for sure is one of my top guys, for sure.
Okay, so is any like obviously talk about your sponsors?
Yeah, first and foremost, obviously God. I couldn't do this without him. Obviously my girlfriend's here with me. She's been here with me since day one. She trains me every day. We do cardio together every morning together. Obviously she's probably more excited than I am. You know, she wants this title bad. Obviously, my sponsors are here, Jack Factory and Gasp. Obviously, Michael Johansson from Gas Official is here. And obviously, I just signed with a new company as well this past weekend, Icon Meals.
Oh, Icon Meals. Oh, yeah, I've seen a few athletes promoting them. They seem like a really good company. Tell us about that.
I've known the owner, Todd Abrams, for years. He would send me meals here and there after a show, you know, just keeping in contact. And then, you know, I decided to reach out to them this year to say, hey, you know, we've been going back and forth as friends together. Let's just make something happen. Let's partner up. And luckily, they brought me on board this past weekend. They actually shipped me a bunch of meals here. So I got a bunch of my fridge is stacked with meals. So Icon Meals, thank you so much for that. Again, I just can't thank, you know, my coaches, Matt Jansen, John Meadows, again, for their belief, for their knowledge, for their wisdom, and for helping me get to this level. And of course, the main thing, all the fans and supporters around the world who send me a message, a comment, a note, whatever. I appreciate you guys. You guys definitely help keep me fueled to keep me going.
And there's a lot of love for you on the MD boards as well. Yeah. A lot of love, and there's a lot of support. And it's and I've said this on Global the other week. I said you're actually one of the few bodybuilders I really like your social media, because a lot of social media it kind of drives me a bit crazy, a bit repetitive. But yours is always consistent, and you're always giving.
We're in a day and age. Social media is king right now. You know, and I feel like everything I try to put out as much content as possible between the videos, the photo. I get a lot of messages from guys saying, hey, thank you for putting up that video because I learned X, Y, Z, or I'm trying this now. So I try to keep it up at least 2 or 3 posts per day. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
Hector's just gone off somewhere. I think he's left the building. So so we'll wrap it up. I mean, Shaun, I'm just really excited, mate, and it's exciting when you see someone that really is like a real hard worker. And I love your enthusiasm, and I love your drive, and I think you're one of the guys that we all want to see move forward. You know, we want to see that constant progression. It's and you're someone also. You're also someone that in that way that we can rely on to keep improving, keep bringing, because we all want to see improvements. We see the same guys year in, year out, but the one thing I think that keeps the fans enthusiastic is seeing that improvement.
Yeah, I'm excited for this weekend, honestly. I think I know it's going to be a best showing ever. We needed to put the muscle on. We put it on. Some guys, a lot of people are going to be surprised this weekend. A lot of people will be surprised this weekend, for sure.
Well, I've seen the pictures, guys, so I think you will be surprised. So, Shaun, want to wish you all the best of luck, mate. And we will see you, probably grab you for another quick 2-minute interview tomorrow night at the Meet the Olympians. And like we do every year, as is tradition. So, with Shaun Clarida, I'm Giles Thomas for musculardevelopment.com.